if you want to play a game tic-tac-toe, you can either play it online, download it on your PC or phone, or make it. So in this series, I'll teach you how to make this tic-tac-toe game. And if you aren't familiar with the Python programming language, don't stress. You can also look at my Python for Beginners series if you just want a quick refresher. So this is the final product which we're going to make. And I don't want to overwhelm you guys, so I decided to split it up into sections. In this first section, I just want us to draw these lines. So these black lines that you see over here. So let's get right into it. So to start off, we're going to install Pygame. So go to my Python for Beginners series, install everything you need to install. So just watch the first few videos. That's where you install Python, that's where you install VS Code and stuff like that. When you're done, you can come to your terminal and type in pip install Pygame. So I already have Pygame installed, so I won't run this command, but this is what you do to get Pygame. Once Pygame is installed and you have a new Python file open, we can start. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to import Pygame. After that, we're going to initialize it. So the first line is just an import of Pygame, which you just installed if you didn't have it. And the next line, we are initializing Pygame. So if you look at this screen here, it is defined, or it has a defined size. And the size is 500 by 500. And that's what we're going to do next. We're going to now define the size of this window that you see on the screen. So this is a 500 by 500 screen. And I'll show you, explain why I chose 500 by 500 as the dimensions of the screen in a moment. All right, so we're just going to type in that. So this is a variable screen, which defines that screen which we just saw. And it sets it to these dimensions. So here's why I chose 500 by 500. In Pygame, up here, we have the 0, 0 point. So on your Cartesian plane, you usually have your positive x values going on this side and your positive y values in this direction. But Pygame now switches that, and your positive x values are still in this direction, but your positive y values go down. And this corner here on the left-hand corner, that's your 0, 0. We essentially have the origin. So if this is 500, up to that point from 0, 0, then we're able to count in hundreds. So that would mean that this first line that you see here is 100, is 200 away from that 0 point. So this is 100, then that's 200, 300, 400, and finally 500 in the x direction. And in the y direction, you can follow the same rule, 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. So you can use any other increment that you want. I just decided to use 500 because we then have 5 sections which we can use to divide our screen. So now that we have that out of the way, and a quick explanation of the Cartesian plane that Pygame uses and why I chose 500 by 500, let's continue. So in the next step, we're going to color our screen. We're going to put a background of white. So you can choose any color. I just decided to use white, as you saw in the final product. So the background is white. In the next step, I'm going to define a variable which keeps track of the game. So if the game is running, this will be true. So that's a Boolean. And next, I'm going to define a function which draws the lines. So I just thought it would be easier to have a function for this. So let's start with the horizontal lines. So there are two sets of lines. The horizontal lines, which are these ones. Then you have your vertical lines. So let's start with the horizontal lines. So horizontal lines, and that's just a comment for us to remember what we did in this section. And to draw these lines, we're just going to specify the coordinates of the starting point as well as the coordinates of the ending point. So using the count that we started with, this will be at an x value of 100 and a y value of 200. So that's where this line starts, and it ends at an x value of 400 over there and a y value of 200. That's what we're going to define. So doing that quickly, we're going to call Pygame draw, and we're drawing a line. And this line is drawn on the screen, which we just defined. And the line has a black color, and the line starts at these coordinates. So it starts at 100, an x value of 100 and a y value of 200. Then it ends at the following coordinates. So it ends at 400, 200. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the other lines because they basically follow the same rules. You're just going to define where your line starts and where it ends. And finally, before we close this off, you define the width of the line or the thickness of the line. And that'll be 5 in our case. Just play around with some values and see what happens when you change the thickness. I just randomly chose 5 as my final thickness. So now I'm just going to continue, as I said, with the rest of the lines without explaining what basically happens because I just did that. So this is where you start and that's where you end, and that's how you define your lines. So you can figure out on your screen where each of the starting and ending points are. And so let's just code in everything else. So Pygame draw line. So this is the second horizontal line. So the line that's below the first one, which you just drew. And it's also black. And this one starts at 100, x value of 100, 300, and it ends at these coordinates. It ends at 400, 300. We're going to give it the same thickness of 5 or the same width of 5. Next, we're going to now focus on our, so just decided to zoom out just so you can see everything in view. So next we're going to define our vertical lines. So we now have our vertical lines next. So the ones that go from the top to the bottom. So that's what we have next. And we're going to follow the same rules. You're just going to figure out where you want your lines to start and where you want them to end. So drawing the first vertical line, I'm going to use Pygame draw, and I'm drawing a line on this screen, and the line has this color, and I want my line to start at these coordinates. So it starts at an x value of 200 and a y value of 100, and it stops at these coordinates as well. So let's do that, fix this typo quickly. Right, so vector 2, and we're going to stop at 200, 400. So these are vertical lines. Expect the x values to be the same and a width of 5. Finally, we're going to draw the final line, and we'll be out of here in a moment. So you're just going to do the same for the second line. We're drawing it on the screen, and the line is black. It starts at these coordinates. Starts at 300, 100, so an x value of 300 and a y value of 100, and it stops at an x value of 300 and a y value of 400 with a thickness or width of 5. So this is just a function. It doesn't work until we call it. So we're going to call the function here. We're going to draw the board lines, and that's how you call a function. And I added a semicolon there because I'm so used to working with other programming languages that use a semicolon. So you don't use that in Python, just remember that. And next, we're going to now keep track of the game, or we're going to start the game and handle everything that happens in the game. So while the game is running, remember that we defined this variable up here called running. So while the game is running, we're going to have a few things happening in here. So you're going to look out for events, and events are mouse clicks, anything that you press on the keyboard, or anything that happens in the game. So for any event which we have in the game, so any event which we're getting in the game, we're going to analyze the type of event it is. So if it's this type of event, so if the user quits the game, we want to stop the game. So the game isn't running anymore. So once again, I'm just going to run you through this. We want to stay in the game, and while the game is on, we want to check for all the events that are in the game. So we're going to get those events. And if the event that we received is quit, then we're going to stop the game. So if a user quits, you want to exit the game essentially. And that will come out of this while loop. If you don't know what a while loop is, you can go ahead and look at my Python for Beginners series. All right. So if the event we received is a mouse click, so we're going to use our mouse to play the game. So we have to deal with different types of mouse clicks. So the main ones would be the left click and the right click. So what happens when each is pressed? So here we're going to handle mouse clicks, but that's not what we're going to focus on in this video. So handle mouse clicks. Let's just leave a comment for next time or the next video. And in the meantime, we're just going to pause. So if we click on the mouse button or any of the mouse buttons, it's just going to pause this and nothing will happen. The final thing that we're going to do in this loop is we're going to update the screen. So our mouse clicks, our keyboard, or any event that happens is supposed to update what you see on the screen. And you do that by calling this function, Pygame.display update. And as the game is on, it'll basically update itself each time, depending on the clicks and anything that happens in the game. Now, we just set this to false. We didn't really exit the game, but we know that setting that to false will exit this while loop. So if that happens, it's supposed to leave the while loop and quit the game. That is the final thing that we have to do. So if the event is click, it sets that to false. Setting that to false causes this to exit the while loop. And once that exits, we have to quit the game. And Pygame has a function that allows us to quit the game. So let's run through everything once more. Here, we initialize Pygame. We set the dimensions of the screen where we're going to have our game. We filled the screen with a white background. We set up a variable here, which allows us to keep track of the game, whether it's running or not. Then we define this function here that draws the lines for us. This is where this line starts. This is where it ends. That's how wide it is. And the same applies to all the other lines that we have in here. So we call that function, and that essentially draws the lines. But we can't see the lines until we run the game. So we now run the game, and while the game is on, we're going to look out for events that happen in the game. And if the event is a quit event, we're going to exit the loop, or we're going to exit the game, finally call that. If we're still in the game, we're going to handle our mouse clicks. So if you press on this, something's supposed to happen, or the game is supposed to respond. As I promised, in this video, we're only focusing on drawing the lines. So let's see what the result is. And to run this, you don't have to use this command. You can just press this button up here on the top right, just that I decided to do this. And this is our result. This is what we have. We have these lines, and we can play around with the start or ending positions of these, just so I show you what it looks like. So this is our result. If you click on the screen, nothing happens because we're currently passing and we're not handling any of those mouse clicks. And as I said, let's try to change. So I'm going to exit that. So that's what happens when you quit. Comes out of this and it quits the game. All right. So let's see what happens if I change any of these values. Let's stop at 500. So at the end of the screen, I just decided to change that, and I'm going to run this again. Look at what happens. Now that line extends all the way to the end of the screen at 500. And that shows how your lines are drawn. You define where it starts and where it ends. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. Let's just change that back. So close this and then change it back. This is what I wanted to show you guys in this video. I just wanted us to start small, and I hope you're able to follow. And this is our final result. We have a white background, we have a screen, and the lines which we're going to use in our tic-tac-toe game. In the next few videos, we're going to cover the placement of the X's and the O's, and we're going to determine who won the game. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.